must suffer. It's truth that many try to avoid, but it is one of the most profound lessons life teaches us. Growth isn't born from comfort or ease. It is forged in the fires of struggle, pain, and adversity. It is through suffering that we find our strength, develop resilience, and unlock our potential. The challenges we face aren't there to break us. They exist to shape us, mold us, and prepare us for greater things. Every setback, every failure, and every hardship is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to rise stronger than before. Suffering is a teacher like no other. When life is easy, we coast through it, often taking things for granted. We become complacent, comfortable, and stagnant. But when hardship strikes, it forces us to confront our limits. It strips away pretense and comfort, exposing our deepest fears and vulnerabilities. In that raw, exposed state, we are given a choice, to retreat or to fight. Those who choose to fight discover strength they never knew they had. They learn that pain is temporary, but the lessons it teaches are lasting. Growth through suffering is not about seeking pain, but about embracing the inevitable struggles that come with pursuing something greater than ourselves. Success, achievement, and fulfillment aren't handed to anyone. They are earned through sweat, sacrifice, and perseverance. Behind every success story is a person who endured setbacks, faced rejection, and overcame failures. Greatness is born from resilience, and resilience is forged in the crucible of suffering. Consider the stories of the world's greatest achievers. They were not strangers to suffering. They faced defeat, loss, and seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Yet, they persevered because they understood that suffering was a necessary part of the journey. They turned their pain into purpose, their struggles into stories of triumph. It wasn't their talent or luck that set them apart. It was their willingness to endure, to keep moving forward when the world told them to quit. Suffering forces us to grow because it challenges our beliefs about what we are capable of. It pushes us beyond our comfort zones and forces us to tap into reserves of strength and determination we didn't know existed. It teaches us that failure is not fatal and that setbacks are setups for comebacks. Every disappointment becomes a stepping stone toward a greater purpose when we choose to learn from it rather than be defeated by it. Pain has a way of sharpening our focus and clarifying our priorities. When we experience loss, failure, or rejection, we are reminded of what truly matters. Suffering strips away the distractions and compels us to reevaluate our values, our goals, and our purpose. It forces us to let go of what no longer serves us and to pursue what genuinely fulfills us. In this way, suffering becomes a compass that guides us toward our true path. Emotional suffering, though deeply painful, often leads to the most profound personal growth. Heartbreak, loss, and disappointment shatter our illusions of control and permanence. They remind us that life is unpredictable and that nothing is guaranteed. But through that pain, we learn resilience, compassion, and empathy. We become more understanding of others' struggles because we've walked through our own. We discover that even in the depths of sorrow, there is strength in vulnerability and healing in connection. Physical suffering, too, teaches valuable lessons. Athletes, for example, know that progress comes only through pushing their bodies to the limit. Every drop of sweat, every ache, and every moment of exhaustion is part of the process of becoming stronger, faster, and better. They willingly endure pain because they understand that discomfort is the price of progress. In the same way, personal development requires embracing discomfort. Whether it's stepping into a new career, pursuing a passion, or facing fears, growth is impossible without effort, and effort often comes with pain. Suffering also teaches us humility. When life knocks us down, we are reminded that we are not invincible. We learn to ask for help, to lean on others, and to accept support. Suffering breaks down the walls of pride and ego, allowing us to connect more authentically with those around us. It teaches us that vulnerability is not weakness, but a bridge to deeper relationships and shared understanding. The path of growth through suffering is not easy, but it is worthwhile. It requires a mindset shift, a recognition that pain is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced as a part of life's journey. It means accepting that suffering is not a punishment, but a catalyst for change. It is the refining fire that purifies, strengthens, and transforms us. Resilience is built in the moments when we feel like giving up, but choose to keep going. It's built when we fall and rise again, when we face rejection but keep pursuing our dreams, when we experience loss but find a way to rebuild. Resilience is the product of suffering endured with courage and hope. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but about facing them head-on, knowing that every storm will pass and that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. When we accept that suffering is a part of life, we become more adaptable and more open to change. We stop resisting the inevitable and start using it as fuel for personal development. We understand that growth is not a destination, but a continuous process, driven by the challenges we face and the lessons we learn. We become stronger, wiser, and more capable with every struggle we overcome. Suffering also deepens our sense of purpose. When we endure hardship, we gain a greater appreciation for life's blessings. We learn to cherish the moments of joy, to be grateful for what we have, and to find meaning even in the midst of pain. Many of the most compassionate and driven individuals are those who have faced significant suffering. They use their experiences to help others, to advocate for change, and to inspire hope. Their pain becomes their purpose, and their struggles become a source of strength for others. Spiritual growth, too, is often born from suffering. Many spiritual traditions teach that suffering is a path to enlightenment, awakening, or inner peace. It forces us to confront our deepest fears, to question our beliefs, and to seek meaning beyond the material world. Suffering can be a call to reconnect with our values, to find solace in faith, or to seek deeper understanding through self-reflection. It opens the door to spiritual transformation and a greater awareness of life's mysteries. Personal growth through suffering also builds character. Integrity, compassion, patience, and perseverance are not developed in times of ease, but in times of struggle. Suffering shapes our moral compass, teaching us empathy for others and a deeper understanding of human experience. It molds us into people who can withstand life's challenges with grace and dignity. The beauty of growth through suffering is that it transforms not only individuals, but also communities and societies. History is filled with stories of collective struggle leading to progress and change. Social movements, civil rights advances, and revolutions have all been fueled by the shared experience of suffering. When people come together in the face of adversity, they find strength in unity and purpose in collective action. Ultimately, suffering is a reminder that life's greatest rewards are not handed to us, but earned through perseverance. Every challenge, every hardship, and every moment of doubt is an opportunity to rise, to learn, and to become something greater. Growth is not about avoiding pain, but about embracing it as a necessary part of the journey. It is through suffering that we discover our true potential, that we become the people we were meant to be. The path of growth is never easy, but it is always worth it. Suffering tests our limits, shapes our character, and reveals our strength. It teaches us resilience, compassion, humility, and purpose. It pushes us to become better, stronger, and more capable than we ever imagined. So, when life challenges you, when you face struggles that seem insurmountable, remember that to grow, you must suffer. Embrace the struggle, learn from the pain, and rise with renewed strength, knowing that every hardship you endure is shaping the person you are meant to become.